I had to go to Lancaster. And I
Wait.
in the middle of filming a...
I don't know my geography, sorry. That's not in the U.S.,
No.
is it?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Carganilla Online Variety Entertainment Podcast. Here's your host, Paul Carganilla.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to COVEpod. This is the online variety show in which we like to entertain and inspire our podcast listeners and YouTube viewers with a wide variety of entertainment offerings, including but not limited to, of course, poetry, storytelling, music, dramatic readings, travel blogs, and quite often we get to have conversations with really interesting people and great entertainers, and that's what we have today. I'm so excited I will be bringing in our newest Spy Kids in the Spy Kid franchise off the latest Netflix film, Spy Kids Armageddon, directed by Robert Rodriguez. But we've met one of the actresses before in the past, but unfortunately it was during the strike, so we really couldn't talk about any of her film projects. We're going to talk to my daughter, Everly Carganilla, is joining us again on her podcast. Hello, sweetie. But her co-star in the movie is Connor Esterson. He's a rising American child actor known for his versatile roles in film and television. Notably, he starred as Tony Tango Torres in Spy Kids Armageddon, as I just mentioned, and portrayed Jeffrey Nally in Quantum Leap recently. And he also recently completed filming Santa's Chair alongside Jeremy Piven, I love him, Elizabeth Mitchell, and Vernon Davis. And he's set to begin shooting a Bigfoot-themed film here in April. I'm excited to hear all about that. But beyond acting, he is branching into entrepreneurship as well with a backpack line called Brainstorm Supply Company. And if you're watching the YouTube video, he's got a backpack there showing off right here on the video. And he's co-creating a comic called Brothers Code with Rogue Matter. Welcome to the show, Connor.
Thank you for having me here.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. Now, whenever we have a new guest, we invite you to do we call it the 60-second Icebreaker introduction challenge, where I just read a bunch of professional stuff from your work, but I want to hear more about you. Anything else you can tell us about yourself that I didn't already mention? So you up for the challenge?
Sure.
All right. And 3, 2, 1, go.
So to start off, I'm a great guitar player. Well, not great. I love playing guitar. I just started saxophone.
Oh.
And I am a professional video gamer. Yesterday there was a tournament and I won like $5 in virtual currency by playing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I did that. Then what else? I love swimming. I love fishing. When I went to Louisiana to do that Santa's Chair thing, I caught like 5 fish.
Nice.
I love swimming as well. I can swim pretty fast. And yeah.
Awesome.
That's what I do in my free time.
Great. What kind of fish were you catching out there?
So where they had us, it was on a farm and when we had a little cottage, you walk out of the cottage, you have a giant lake in front of you. So we didn't really know what fish were in that lake. Uh-huh. So I just casted my rod out there with all bait, one of the big ones, and I caught bass.
Wow.
Whoa.
So yeah, I caught from 1-pounders to 3-pounders. It was just fish. Wow.
That sounds awesome. I used to go fishing a lot as a kid, but gosh, I don't get out there as much anymore. I need to take the kids. The kids have never been.
His dad keeps saying that we're going to go canoeing once.
Yeah, my dad liked to get out there and had us out there backpacking and fishing as kids. And gosh, as adults, we just need to get back out there, get back out to our roots. But cool, man. Tell me about, before we get to the Spy Kids stuff, this Bigfoot movie that's coming out.
So I haven't read the script yet. I was planning on doing that in a few days because I'm going in April. But I think it's about me befriending a Bigfoot in general. Wow. But I don't really know yet.
Okay. Do you know what it's called?
It's called Who Was He?
Okay. We will keep an eye and ear out for that. That sounds exciting. I am a big mystery fan, and I love the mysteries of Sasquatches and all the aliens and the time travel, and I'm into all that stuff. All right, so was Spy Kids like your first big project?
Yeah, I did a few commercials and maybe background roles in TV shows. But the second I heard the news when I booked Spy Kids, I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Had you seen the other Spy Kids movies before you auditioned?
So after I did the callback, the second I got off, I binge watched all 4. So yeah, I watched it, and that was before I even booked it.
Yeah.
The day I booked it, I watched them 4 more times, and again on the plane. But yeah.
What did you do when you found out you booked it?
So I just got out of school, so I got out. I look at my phone. I get a call, and I open the call. It just said my dad, but there's 8 other people in the call, and I see my managers, my agents, and they're all on that call. And my dad goes 3, 2, 1, and they say congratulations, and I'm like, what happened? And they're like, you booked Spy Kids. I fell over. And I started crying happy tears.
Oh, that is awesome.
And then my mom, and that's the perfect timing, my mom pulls up, and she's like, Connor, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah.
Did she know?
She did, but she thought that we were going to celebrate it at home.
Oh.
And she thought I didn't know yet, so she just sees me falling over on the sidewalk crying, my eyes out, and I'm like, no, I booked it. Did you not know? And she's like, oh, I did. And I'm like, you did? So then why are you confused? I thought you planned this. I thought I saw your name on the call too. She's like, no. Wait, there was a call?
Dad jumped the gun.
Yeah.
He swooped the announcement. Mm-hmm. Everly, how did you find out?
So I came back from, so every day after school, I go to my grandma's house, and that day I got checked out of school to sing the Star Spangled Banner at your work. Mm-hmm. And so my dad and my mom were like, Everly, we have a video to show you. And I was like, to my dad and mom, I was like, is it of me singing the Star Spangled Banner? And my dad was like, no. And so, like, they were getting ready, and my brother was sitting on the couch. He was just learning to read. So he was sitting on the couch. We all gathered on the couch. And then my dad had put together this whole, like, video. It said, like, it had all, like, the other clips from the other Spy Kids movies in it. And it said, like, Everly, Grace Carganilla. And then there was more commotion going on in the video. And then it said, you. And then it came all on. And then my brother was just like, you booked? And then I read it, and it said Spy Kids 5. And I started screaming and jumping I was right over there on the couch. I started screaming. I was crying happy tears like you. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like so amazed. I just couldn't believe it.
Your parents are in grave danger.
But what can I do?
congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
What was the filming process like? Were you local, or where did you?
No, we were
Nope.
in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
very far.
How long did it take?
About 3-4 months.
Call me crazy, but I have the exact date. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she flew in a day before me, May 30th.
Okay.
I flew in May 31st. I landed at 3:54 p.m.
Wow, you have a good memory.
And we started shooting June 1st at approximately, my call time was 9:30. Hers was as well, if I remember correctly. We got there at about 9:35 because we couldn't find the driver.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
And we got there. We didn't do anything. We did a little bit of fittings, school, and a bunch of tour. And the day we ended, it was in the safe house during the training regimen after we got our spy suits. And she wrapped at approximately...
That was the last day? Yeah. Oh, yeah, the training.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
her wrap was 8:55. Mine was 9:05.
What was the date of the wrap?
August 27th.
End of August. So you started at the end of May and you wrapped at the end of August, June, July, August. Yeah, so that's 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite part of the shoot? I mean, you guys got to do a whole bunch of different
Yeah,
things.
you know,
If anybody out there is listening, hasn't seen the movie, it's on Netflix. You got to check out these two, Everly and Connor, in Spy Kids Armageddon. They got to ride in boats, fly in jets, and walk on the ceiling, all kinds of stuff. But it doesn't have to be one thing. But what were your favorite parts, I guess, of
My
the
favorite,
production? Yes.
when Billy was there.
He's the bad guy.
Oh,
Well, the villain.
he's-
He's not really a villain. I mean, he's not even bad. He's kind of a
he's
nice
like,
guy.
He's the
Always,
hero
yeah.
of his own story.
That's right.
He has
Somehow he always ends up being a villain in everything he's acted in, somehow.
What's it? What? Oh gosh, what's the
So-
actor's name?
Billy Magnuson.
Billy
Magnuson.
Magnuson. That's right. He plays the king in the Spy Kids Armageddon. And so, what was your favorite part about that?
So in our final scene, the scene that I get the one hit, halfway through shooting, they gave us a seesaw that was spinning and going up and down like this.
Oh, wow.
And we had to do the major fight scene on that. So there were fans blowing everywhere. We were spinning.
Wow.
And we were going up and down, and we had to do the spear fight.
That's the
with
final.
like 10-pound
This, if you haven't seen it, this final fight scene, they're like on a platform on a river of lava, and they're dueling it out. Did you do a lot of your own stunts?
Not any of the falls.
You were on wires, right? You did a backflip?
You were on wires too.
I was, yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff did you do on wires?
So, basically, I don't want to be a spoiler for those who haven't seen it yet, but we go into a video game and I'm a superhero who has like wings. So basically I'm flying around blasting magic at one of the king's goons, the Heck Knight. So I liked doing that part. That was probably my favorite part. Yeah, I really liked that. And there was another scene that I got to go on wires, but that one got caught. It was when I like jumped off the edge and I was like, worth it. That part got cut because I think they liked like the peaceful version better.
Where you just walk off?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember shooting that. Did you do the fall or was it stunt?
No, it was. No, that was.
You
Or
guys
was
had
it fully scrapped?
you guys had kid stunt doubles?
Yeah.
So funny story, the JJ, the head stunt coordinator, he was an awesome guy.
Oh,
Did he do
was.
Boba Fett or Mandalorian?
He did, I think, Mandalorian.
No,
But then
wait, no. The second. I have his name on my phone. He did Mandalorian. JJ did Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett, the series.
Oh, yeah. And then he also did We Can Be Heroes. He played Shark Boy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So JJ, his son was my stunt double.
Oh, nice.
And then
I think it was the
his
same-
son was also mine.
a
but-
different son.
Yeah,
though.
different.
A younger.
younger. Yeah.
So the stunt coordinator's kids were your stunt doubles.
Yeah.
Very cool. Let's talk about the people you got to meet. Let's talk about first working with Robert Rodriguez.
My gosh,
He's
he is
the nicest guy
amazing.
ever. We went to
just-
his house.
Oh, he has a
Castle.
pizza oven. It's
my
it's
goodness.
literally a castle. He has a pizza oven, a gym. He calls it a torture room. He's like a
He has 4 secret doorways.
yes, the secret doorways. He's a pool. It's humongous. He even has a water slide. It's crazy.
And when you go into he has 2 waterfalls.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like his house is an amusement park.
Hey,
It is.
yeah, but like
It is.
it's like literally a castle. Like he has like a wall of books, and then he like pulls one book, and then the wall rotates, and
And
it
it
turns into like a
opens.
door to the gym. It's
awesome.
amazing.
But what was it like working with him? How was he as a director?
He's a wonder.
He's just nice.
He's
yeah.
incredible.
It was not even a competition.
No.
Yeah.
He-
He was by far the most surreal person on set.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone, but he takes the cake.
Well, I mean, we're not comparing how cool people are, but one really cool thing that I loved about the way he made the movie was the people around him. He wanted to make the movie with his kids.
Yeah. Rhiannon is his daughter. She is
Yeah.
an amazing artist. She designed
Oh my goodness, yeah.
like all the robots. She designed our suits, I think. She designed everything.
Oh my goodness.
His daughter Rhiannon did a bunch of the art. His son Racer was like a
yeah,
co-director.
yeah.
Rogue did the music, right?
Rogue
yeah,
did the
yeah.
music, and
Yeah.
But he
Like
really
special
wanted to
effects.
make the creation
Racer-
of the movie like a family affair. And he was very I was impressed with how much he included us on everything, and he just made it seem like, a really great experience for you guys. And
he made it
did.
seem like everyone was needed at all times,
absolutely.
even though sometimes we weren't.
More awesome people that we got to work with were Gina Rodriguez and Zachary Levi. They were amazing.
Oh my goodness,
Gina's just like a ray of sunshine. She brings like happiness to everybody. She like she's funny. I looked up to her when I was filming because she's like a professional. She's done way more things than I have, and she knows how to get in character.
Didn't you play Young Gina or something?
I did, yeah.
Like way back when.
Yeah, way back.
It's a fun piece of trivia.
I still have the third to last day Zach was there. I wasn't shooting, but I ran to set. I had fittings that day, and I got his book. It finally came in the mail.
Oh yeah.
And I
same
ran
thing.
to him, and I was lucky that he wasn't shooting, or else I would have gotten in trouble. But I ran to him, and he said, "Sign it, sign it, sign it." But yeah.
So what was it like working with Zachary Levi?
He was also amazing. And
Very inspirational.
funny. He would play music in between set.
Oh
or
my
in
goodness,
between
yeah.
shots.
He would just take his boombox and go,
Yeah.
And we mentioned Billy Magnuson a little bit earlier, but he was also really cool. I wasn't on set much when he was there. What was it like being on set with him?
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow, he
Oh,
was
my
just woo-wee. He was amazing.
Yeah.
He's like he plays the
He
villain,
was
but he's go ahead.
No, you can go first.
Okay.
You can go first.
He plays the villain, but he's so nice in real life. He's like, I don't know how to explain it. He's just incredible. Also,
Just talking to him is surreal. Like, he's so different than everybody else. And it's just awesome to work with him, and I just can't really describe it. He's just so cool.
yeah.
Tell me about the locations where you guys filmed.
Well, we filmed at Robert's original like place where he has everything all designed out
And then
and
there was
everything
a-
ready.
there was
Troublemaker
a-
Studios and then ATX.
Was it really called that?
ATX, yeah. I
I don't.
believe so.
I that's the only thing I can't remember.
Yeah, it was like Austin.
Austin, Texas, That's probably what it stood for.
Yeah, probably. ATX.
ATX, Austin, Texas.
I think it was ATX Studios.
Yeah.
You were.
That's where all the high score stuff was.
Kind of
Yeah,
split the time between there and Troublemaker Studios, which is Robert's.
Yeah, Troublemaker was all like the house scenes. Like, for example, the first scene that we shot, I still remember. The first scene that we shot was us sneaking down the hallway
Oh my
at
goodness.
Troublemaker.
My hands were white. They were so pale because the walls, it was literally just made. I saw them work it. That was probably the worst experience of my life. I saw our house get wrecked.
Seriously?
Yeah. It was a fresh house. Some walls weren't even there. But the walls that were there, I had to, like, if you watch the movie, I had to hold on to the wall. And it was just newly painted and sanded. So my hands were completely pale.
Yeah, it was interesting. So there was an actual house that we spent some time in.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of the scenes were actually built on a soundstage to look like they were in that house. Like you mentioned, the hallway, sneaking down the hallway, that's all on a stage. And
They did a really good job at mimicking the house. They only had the house for 2 days.
Right.
The actual house. And I remember one of the days we were supposed to, the opening scene of the movie, after I opened the lock thing, Zach comes in. That scene was supposed to be an all-day shoot because it was so long, but we ended up somehow getting it all in 30 minutes because that's all we could do, because it was a glass house mainly. It was mainly glass, and there was lightning the day.
Right.
Oh, that's
It was a
right.
rainstorm.
And there was lightning, and it was like you could see it hit the pool.
I know.
And it was like, okay, no more shooting with those giant generators that are putting all of our lives at risk. So they stopped. And that was very sad because I really wanted to do that scene.
Yeah.
We ended up getting it done, but I think they cut half of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sadly.
That house was pretty amazing. There, and I tell people the garage scene where the bad guys are coming in the garage and you guys drive out. That's the actual garage of that house, and it has a turntable, a Lazy Susan.
Oh my gosh.
In the garage that turns the cars around.
Oh my gosh.
So the person that owns that house actually has that in their garage. That wasn't a set.
Okay, but okay.
They also
Do
had
they
a
have
giant
the slide?
slide.
Do they have the slide?
They had the slide.
No.
It wasn't
Oh my
connected
gosh.
to the slide across the country.
Okay.
They had the slide. It was much bigger though.
Okay, when I'm grown
had
up,
to cut
sorry, I'm moving to Texas and buying that house. I can't. That's
I would just build a slide.
Yeah.
See, look right over there. You can just like.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
build a slide in any house.
Yeah.
Put a turntable in your garage wherever you want to live.
Here's your room, right?
yeah. Dad, can I install a slide?
Like,
from
yeah.
the
And just, like, have it right-
banister?
come
From
right to the
banister,
table.
It can
Table.
curl, so it's a much easier way to get to the living room. Can I?
Not right now.
Oh.
We'll
Why not?
We'll revisit that.
Okay.
Tell me about making movies. Was a lot of times people, when I tell them my daughter's an actress, she makes movies, the first question is, does she like it? And I'm like, what do
Dude,
you
why would she be doing it if
Yeah.
she didn't like it?
like I'm forcing you to do it or something. But
You have to do this.
what is it like for any of us in the world that's listening that ever wondered what it's like being a movie star?
Oh, I hate work. Nope, not us.
No,
not
no,
us.
yeah, we
work
love-
is
Honestly,
Fun time.
acting is the base of my heart. Like, I
Yeah.
love it. So, like, my heart is like the earth. I have a core, a mantle, and a crust.
Oh,
the core.
But there's many more layers than just 3. The core is acting, and then the other layer is family, and the other layer is friends, and the other is piano, then the other is pets, and then so on, so forth. You see.
what's your favorite thing about making movies?
Well, I love to play pretend with my crazy little brother. We met him on the 5th podcast, I believe it was. Noah. I love to play pretend with him. And, well, I guess acting is basically playing pretend. Like, you can be someone who you actually aren't, and you can be in their lives for a certain amount of time, which I really like. I like just the idea.
You get to
that.
be people.
Yeah.
That's not my favorite part, though. My favorite part is just the experience. Because, like, when I look back at it, I fit like genres of my life into songs. So
Okay.
like I have like Christmas 2022 as like, I don't know. But like I keep it in genres like that. I couldn't do that for summer of 2022 when we shot. I can't do that for any set really. It's just something you have to look back at. Just the memories that you make there.
Yeah, it's like a chapter of your life, really.
I have like 45 core memories. The most core memories I've ever had at a place.
That's great.
I tried ramen for the first time in Austin.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I got this incredible bulldog I showed you earlier, Terrence, in Austin. He is the biggest memory from Austin.
Oh
my
my
call
gosh.
time was so late that day. It was 11. So my mom and I went out to the mall and we did this and this and that and that. Mom and girl day for at least a few hours. And then I went to the store and I got really attached to this bulldog in a toy store. And my mom was like, okay, we'll come back later. I'm going to go clothes shopping. So we went shopping and then she said, do you want to say goodbye to your dog friend? And I was like, yeah. So I went into the store and I said bye and I started crying because I had already gotten so attached to him. I started crying and my mom was like, oh, sweetie, well, how much is he? And I was like, about $16. And she was like, okay, well, let's, fine. So she got him off the shelf and then we paid for him. And now I sleep with him literally every night. There's not a night that goes by when he's not in my arms.
And the crazy thing is, the day after that, I went to the same store.
And you saw his family.
I saw all of his
Yeah,
family.
I
And
remember.
I told you this earlier.
Yeah.
But I got that big-bodied bear with the tiny little head.
Now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was at the same store, and it
Yes.
was the last one because they sell out so quick.
Oh, yeah, they
It
do.
was also like $5, like $15.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so your
yeah.
favorite parts of making movies are playing pretend, making great memories, and getting stuffed animals.
No. But I mean, like,
Basically.
Terrence is like a memory. He's like the most cherished memory that I have from.
Terrence is the
Spy
best.
All right.
We would have died without him.
I would have.
What is
One time we ate his toe.
Oh,
It was not very tasty.
what is the
I don't
hardest?
know about you. I did.
What is the hardest part
I'm kidding.
of making a movie?
Well, probably like if you have a hardest part.
Emotional scenes
Oh,
when you have to
like-
cry or something.
Yeah, I don't
They're
know. I
hard.
was in the after party.
I don't like those.
I was in the after party. I had to cry. And then I'm doing a movie soon. The Accompanist. It's there's a lot of emotional scenes in that movie. I don't know how I'm gonna survive, but I'm gonna try. I have to. Every time I do something bad or like mess up, I grab like a journal and I'm like, remember this moment. How are you feeling?
It's interesting that you say that because I think as an actor, it's something you have to learn. That is to be very aware of your feelings throughout regular life when you're not working, and realize when you're having emotions that really kind of you need to bookmark it and kind of remember how that feels, and then you can use that later. What about like shooting conditions? What are the
Can I
hardest?
say one more
Yeah,
thing
of
about the
course.
emotional part?
Yeah.
Same here.
So after I left, whenever I had an audition where I had to do a sad scene, right when I got back, I missed everyone so much that they would show me pictures of like Robert or someone random from set, and I would start crying, and then they would start the scene.
That's a great way. In acting, we call that a trigger. So that's a
What
good trigger.
I do for acting, oh my gosh,
I wasn't really crying though. I just wanted to be done.
I felt like I feel like I'm about to start crying right now. So in our audition for Spy Kids, one of the scenes was the safe house scene, and in my audition, I was crying because I didn't know what to do. I had to cry. So my mom was like, there's there's no way to get me crying. Like, I can't start crying on cue without, like, a trigger. So my mom was like, she tried out all sorts of different stuff, but the one that got me was before the perfect one. She said, bye, Everly. We've had fun, haven't we? And then I was like, stop it!
So that's the emotional difficulty, but
Or
tell
you
me,
could just use a tear stick. That's what most of the time they did. They hurt though.
what's a tear stick?
Yeah, what is
So
that?
it's like a stick of like, it's like clear lipstick that's made out of mint. So you put it below your eyes and it just starts to burn and then you start to cry.
Oh,
That's
I've never seen those before. That's very interesting. Tricks of the trade.
strange, honestly.
You guys had some really awesome scenes outdoors for Spy Kids, but it was warm.
Stop right there.
Yeah.
Stop.
Traumatizing.
The third day of
The
shooting,
third day.
we
On
were
the- it was
shooting
Wednesday,
the
yes.
we were shooting the safe house scene when we got caught. I don't know if it was safe house when the rock was being lowered or if it was part of the go-kart scene, but we went inside the tent and they had those like tube air conditioners and we
Yeah.
just stuck our face in them.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
That was
they had the little
glorious.
tubes and
Yeah.
I would just like take it out of the tent and walk out with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could see again. But yeah, it was
was so
steaming hot.
hot.
Like we
I
were
could
in
not.
the suits were made out of a really, really, really thick rubber. So we were in 106 degree weather, doused in warm.
Plus 20 degrees more.
Yeah.
humid.
So
Oh, that was
and it was humid. So it's
rough. Yes, that was hard. That was really hard.
like yeah.
And then
The humidity was a major part.
I wasn't there
yeah.
for it, but I heard it was also really hot when you were filming the go-kart scenes when you were driving.
yeah,
It was hot, but we
it
weren't.
was hot, but not as hot.
Just because we weren't in the suits, we were in casual
Yeah,
clothing.
we were. Yeah, but
We
we
were
were
still-
still wearing jackets.
We were wearing jackets and we were wearing jeans.
Yeah.
And it was in
That-
100. In the go kart, they didn't store it in shade,
Yes.
so it was like steaming.
burning metal.
And we were in jeans.
Right.
Burning metal and jeans don't go together.
Did you get to meet anyone on set that wasn't in the movie?
Oh yes! Why am I just remembering this?
All of this stuff just
we were
disappeared.
at the OSS. We were at the OSS
on
like,
Saturdays.
base. Yeah,
We
on
shut down the
base.
Saturday farmers market. I felt so bad.
Yeah,
you could
we
see the
did.
people. You could see the people trying to go
They
there,
were
and
like. So we were at the OSS, and then Robert was like, "We have a visitor coming," and we were
I'm
like,
like,
"Who is it? Who is
oh,
it?"
no.
And then it was Alexa, the previous Spy Kid. She played Carmen.
Yeah,
in
and the original.
other Spy Kid. Yeah, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's all grown up. She has she's kids
no
now.
longer a spy
She's
kid.
Starting
She's
her
just
own
spy.
family now.
Spy adult. Spadult.
Spy grown-ups.
Yeah.
That was cool. Did you guys get to hang out with her or anything?
She just
like
stopped by.
15
She
minutes,
she
yeah,
watched
if,
some of our scenes and then she had to go because her kids were really.
She was
little.
like, "Wait a minute, Robert. Why didn't you make mine this cool?" Then I hid behind the super ducky.
"You didn't want to get in trouble."
Nope.
You're like, "You can't see me."
You guys got to play with a lot of cool gadgets. What was your favorite gadget?
Bronson.
I had like the hand thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I had like a really cool finisher, like one of those video game finishers. Like I threw one of the bad guys onto the
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
and then I took the other and I threw one of the emotion balls of sleepiness. Then I took the hand glove, I threw it on the
wow.
face, and I think I like threw him onto it, and then I said ready
I remember
for the thing to activate, and it sent both of them down.
I remember you did something like that in the movie. You put the claw on.
I put the claw on. I
Yeah,
took
and then
the
you
emotion
rammed
bubble.
into the other guy's face.
Yeah, I rammed into the guy's face and he flew down.
Anyways, my favorite was Bronson, a robotic crab. He pulls his arm off to help me. He's the best.
So was he like a remote control thing on set when you were filming?
No, it was just
still.
like So there was one like a disc, one like
With-
the actual crab, and then one with no other arm.
Yeah.
So they just had like three.
One with no arms,
Alice.
one with 8 arms, and one with 7 arms.
Yeah. So we had like the different Bronsons. I actually have a few pictures on my phone from
I should have taken
the last
pictures.
day of set, but they had like a case, and it had his name engraved. It said Bronson, and I was like, I thought of that name. I can't believe it. But like,
Oh, did you really?
yeah, I did. Well, technically,
Robert
yeah.
let Everly name
A
it.
cool Easter egg, because I have an electric guitar that me and Robert went to go pick out.
Nice.
And in the Troublemaker, I don't know if his logo has always been like that, but in the Troublemaker Studios logo for the Spy Kids 5 movie, if you look really closely, you'll see him playing my guitar upside down.
Wow, very cool.
wow,
It's a blue guitar. It's a blue semi-hollow body guitar.
wow.
Nice. Watching the movie, what is your favorite part? What scene is your favorite when you watch the movie?
There's so many. Like they're all so good. I
Can't
don't
answer
know.
that. That's way too hard.
Is
Well,
there any?
I mean, probably like when we jump into the laundry room and Zach just walks by, not noticing our legs are clean sticking up. But then I also liked the fight with Billy, Gina, and Zach on the table.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The
that
floor was so confusing. One of my favorite scenes is when Gina turned into Billy.
Oh yes, that
I
was
went from,
confusing.
oh no, what is she saying?
Oh!
All right. Well,
Yeah.
not specifically speaking to the movie Spy Kids Armageddon, but
Oh, but like
as
other
far
projects.
as being an actor, like what is your favorite part about being an actor?
Well, I really like getting the opportunity to work with different people.
What about you, Connor?
Traveling. It's just simply.
Yeah.
Traveling, for me, whenever I book something and they're like, and my parents are like, oh, it's in LA. I'm like, for a few commercials, I went to Nevada
Whoa.
for my Sinclair audition. For my Sinclair commercial. I don't know if you guys have watched it.
I had
That was
to.
in the middle of nowhere, but yeah.
Oh, same with me. I had to go. I filmed a Lay's commercial for Lay's Poppables. I had to go to Lancaster. And I
Wait.
in the middle of filming a.
I don't know my
like,
geography, sorry. That's not in the U.S.,
No,
is it?
well,
my
no,
gosh.
it's like Lancaster is in the U.S.
It is?
But like it's so far and it's so hot from here. Like it's so like a million miles away. And it was so hot. In the middle of when they were setting up shots, I was like, I need a break. I'm overheating. I have to go in the trailer.
Trailer just...
It's only about an hour and a half north of Los Angeles, but
Okay.
it is in the desert. So yeah, it was really hot that day.
like you.
It was like a 4-hour drive to the Las Vegas, Nevada thing. They had us in a very nice hotel, though. I will give them that. They had a beautiful swatch store where they actually had kid sizes. So like there was this giant wall of just kids' watches.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh. I was like 8, so I picked the silliest looking one. I kind of regret it, but it's a beautiful watch, so I'm not angry.
So meeting new people, working with new people, traveling, it all sounds very exciting. What advice would you give to any kids out there that would maybe like to become an actor?
Be yourself, but be someone else. Like
Yeah.
like you can be yourself.
both.
Like be yourself. Like don't change the way you talk or anything. Don't try to be better than who you are. Don't try to.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
So, like, basically what you're saying is don't change your personality and
Yeah.
your attitude on how you do stuff, because when you do, they'll think you just work. When you put your own twist on stuff, you get better results.
Exactly.
You bring yourself to the character.
Yes.
You don't bring the character
not
to
the
you.
character to you.
I see.
My favorite part about acting as well, in general, is just being yourself and everyone being okay with it. And my advice to other people that are trying to act, get an agent, try to get a manager. And if you have trouble memorizing, while you're trying to memorize, throw a ball. Throw a ball or play catch or something. Just like have both parts of your brain moving. Your brain will get used to saying those words because it's matched with emotion. Oh. And then you slowly start to stop doing that motion, and then you learn it.
I hadn't heard that method before.
Yes. So you just like throw something while you're reading, and then your brain memorizes the motion, and it auto says the words that go with it. It's very weird. Very scientific too. So.
Well, thank you both for joining us here in the Cove. Is there any?
Yeah,
do you have
amazing.
any final thoughts before we let you go?
It was fun.
Awesome.
I really I'm really grateful to be taking my time on this President's Day to do this and help do this podcast. And yeah, that's about it.
Well, I am very grateful for you both for spending time with me and sharing your experiences with the Carganilla Online Variety Entertainment community.
That is a very, very long name.
It's called Cove for short, but
COVEpod.
thank you
right,
for
thanks,
having
guys.
us. Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode of Cove, please leave us some positive feedback. A comment on YouTube if you're watching the video, or a review on the podcast platform if you're listening. And of course, be sure to subscribe or follow on YouTube or wherever you're listening to us, whatever podcast platform. Every like, comment, and review helps us with the algorithm to reach new audiences. As a small independent podcast, this is very important to help our show grow. So thank you in advance. I appreciate your time always. I hope you'll tune in to the next one. Until then, make each day count.
I put the coat on her!